Are we live? I think we're live. Okay, now we're live, I think. Well, hello everyone. I might have to move this camera. Hold on, let me make sure that... I need to make sure that I'm in frame, so give me 1 second as I fix it. It looked too, like it was too short. There we go. Okay, so then yeah. If you guys can hear me, go ahead and throw up the thumbs up, please. Let me move this now over this way. That way we get the illusion of the infinite band. Hello, welcome everyone. I know that it's been a minute, but here we are. So welcome to everyone who's early already. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. And also, I need to tell you guys of a very, very short break that I'm going to have to take. So there will be some inactivity from my part here very soon. I'll explain here in just a bit. We have slow DRV. Good thing I waited till after my birthday to get an iPad. Now I can order the new mini. So yes, that is something that we will talk about today. And why is the camera still not fixed? Hold on, let me see. Maybe if I bring it now down again. There we go. So now it's eye level. So I feel like I'm actually like, yeah. So now I feel like I'm good. But guys, make sure to run up the thumbs up. Today we got some stuff to talk about. So there's a supposed October event. I'm not sure if it's confirmed or not. Let me triple check. I haven't seen anything on the Apple website, or have I? Or did they update it? No, I don't think so. AirPods 4, AirPods 2. So no announcement yet, but there are rumors circulating that we will get an October event. Now, what can we typically expect in an October event? Well, normally, I mean, the new iPad just got refreshed, but we should be seeing some new MacBooks, right? So new MacBook Air refreshes, probably spec upgrades to the MacBook Pro, and there might be a new Apple TV that is in the works. Now, for those people that don't have an Apple TV, Apple TVs are straight fire. Also, my OCD, hold on. Something about this band not being the same length. Jesus Christ. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if that bothered anyone else, but it was driving me nuts. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Boom. This woven nylon. Now it's the same length as the rest of them because it looked weird. And by the way, there are some holes here in the band wall. Let me see if I can go ahead and fill them up. I do have some bands right here next to me. Actually, I see so many bands on a regular basis. I mean, look at this. And then also at my job. It's kind of crazy. All right. First, I do want to hold on. Let me see. We have Fatima with the red heart. Hello, Fatima. Thank you for making it onto the chat. I very much appreciate that. We have, it's saying on my dashboard that we have 23 concurrent viewers. Very nice. So welcome, everyone. Stormy Day saying hi with like the 7 eyes. Hello, Stormy Day. Hopefully you've been having a terrific weekend so far. I know that it's about to end, but hey, you know. Aaron, happy Sunday. Bitcoin is up. We need to talk about that. And we need to talk about a certain stock that actually follows Bitcoin and buys Bitcoin and adds it to their balance sheet called MSTR, MicroStrategy. Now, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. But I personally am slowly buying up more and more MSTR. You know, it's crazy and it's so fascinating. I was talking to one of my buddies about it during the dot-com crash of 1999 or whatever, 2000. This company, MSTR, dropped all the way down to 5 cents a share. Now, for anyone that invests, you know that 5 cents a share is basically a penny stock. And at that point, you're dangerously close to being delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. But they somehow bounced back, and then now the share price is hovering at around $250. So I did the math earlier with my friend, and if you would have bought even like $112 worth of this company, you would now have 5 million buckaroonies. And yeah, I mean, from 5 cents to its current price, I believe was a 43,000 Xer. Something that's unheard of. Like, when do you hear someone multiply their money 43,000x? Not even 1x. So 1x would be a double up, basically. Or actually a 2x, depending on who you ask. Mathematically, technically 100% is a double up, right? But anyway, whatever the jargon you use. A triple up is even better and rarer. A quadruple up. So if you have, let's say you invest $250 and you get a 400% gain, that means that you made $1,000 in capital gains. So really, really good, right? But a 43,000 extra, yeah, that's crazy. MSTR, for any of you guys that are stock bros, or for any of you guys that are into investing and want to build some long-term wealth, do a little bit of research on MSTR. But all right, let's talk about the newest product that I think is going to drop this next upcoming week. As you guys know, I'm a massive fan of the Mini. The Mini is just one of those products that is absolutely a godsend. So I love mine for the sole reason that it's nice, it's portable, it's palmable, it does everything that I need it to do, except it was starting to age a little bit. So as many of you guys know, in the investment world, a 3-year-old tech gadget is the equivalent of, well, I don't know, but oh, I need some water, sorry. 3 years, just in 2024, things start to age, right? Like, having a 3-year-old phone for a lot of people is normally fine, but the cutoff really when people start to really want to upgrade is once you've had a phone for like 4 or 5 years. So with that, I mean, 3-year-old device isn't too bad, but technology catches up really fast. And so I wanted to go because it's available starting 10/23, which would be this upcoming, Wednesday? And we're going to look here at all the new features, which really, I mean, it's all about the AI and spec upgrades, right? So I'm going to go here to the comparison. They obviously have brand new colors. As far as I can tell, it's still the same design, so nothing has actually changed on it, not even the display. I think it gets new Apple Pencil Pro support, so that's really good. I already have a Pencil Pro, so that kind of, I mean, I guess is pretty cool. But I do want to compare it to the past one because I should have wrote down notes for this. But I know, who is it here on chat that's excited about the iPad mini as well? Is it you, Stormy Day? Let me actually check. So, yeah, it was you. Stormy Day says 2019 MacBook 16-inch versus iPad mini 7 battery drain test. That's such an obscure, like, I mean, it is new tech. It's just, that is such like an obscure battery drain test. Well, time to build a time machine. Dude, you're telling me. But, all right, here, let me look. I was going to look at the iPad differences because I am definitely adding a line to my new iPad mini 7. I need to do some shifting around on my AT&T account because I did get a tablet for quote-unquote free, and it's a Samsung tablet, and I should review it, but I don't know if they've made a newer version. I have it somewhere. I never use it. Only reason I got it is because I'm getting it for so cheap, but it is a $200 Samsung tablet, so again, it's nothing extraordinary, trust me. But let me compare iPads right here because this is what I'm really excited for. So we have the iPad mini, and now it has the A17 Pro chip. So that's interesting that they didn't make it like an M series chip. Maybe if they even put in the M1, that would have been interesting. So the A17 Pro, I think that's the same chip that was like on the 15 or 16 Pro Max. I can't remember right now. But here, let me compare to, do they even have it to compare? Oh, here it is. So the 6th generation iPad. Okay. Let's look at the differences. As far as I can tell, there's still a starlight color. So look, let me show you guys real quick. Let me turn up my brightness. Now you guys can follow along. Okay. New iPad is right over here, right? On, I think you guys' left or whatever is over here. I'm pointing to it right now, right? So that's going to be the new one. And then the 6th generation is right over here. Again, remember guys, this is available starting on Wednesday. So you have the same starlight and space gray colors, which, I mean, as far as I can tell, they look like the same. But now they introduced different hues of, oh wait, no, they introduced a blue one. That's probably the one that I'm going to end up getting, that blue iPad mini right there. And again, I'm going to get a line on it. So it's going to be amazing to, like, I mean, I play Pokemon Go a lot, and so I just can't wait to take this with me while I Pokemon Go. Okay. Let's start to look at the differences here. So as you guys can see, on the display side, everything is pretty much the same. So we still have an 8.3-inch display. It would have been nice to see them expand those borders, but I guess they're saving that for 3 years from now when they decide to upgrade it again. We go from an A15 to an A17 Pro, which is going to help a lot a lot with, of course, the new AI features, but also it's going to, almost going to cramp on my foot, but it's also going to help with gameplay. Any kind of mobile gaming is just going to run a lot smoother now on the iPad mini 7th generation. Of course, as you can see there, they tout Apple Intelligence. So Apple Intelligence is one of those features that a lot of people are very excited for. And also there's some people, but I guess it's just the ignorance of technology, right? So a lot of people have like this fear that AI is bad, that it's this like a monster and like the government is out to get you or whatever, conspiracy theory, right? But what people fail to realize is artificial intelligence, AI, is already among us. It's already here. It's not like this is this brand new thing and we're taking the jump into it. It's already been here, right? So AI is gonna become a part of our life. And like I've said before on these live streams, there was a time where there were naysayers of the internet. There was a time in history when the internet was just, coming onto the scene where people were afraid of it too, right? Like people thought, oh, this is gonna be the downfall of humanity. And yeah, you can use the internet for malicious purposes. I mean, you can buy and sell, like, I guess, drugs on there on the dark web. There's porn sites, of course. There's so many different things that are considered bad, right? And could poison the youth, if you will, like social media. But it also has its advantages. Thanks to the internet, now we have these super speedy, like, credit card systems that process payments literally in the blink of an eye. That's just one example, right? So AI is already here. I had one customer that I was helping out, and ironically, it was like a younger person, maybe closer around to my age, asking if she was able to turn off AI on her phone, like the new feature, right? And I said, no, not really. It's like a more advanced version of a Siri, but it's not out yet. So yeah, Apple Intelligence still is not out, but it will be released very soon. So anyway, Apple Intelligence, there's already the betas out, but Apple Intelligence really is going to change the game. Let's see, what else do we have? We have Wi-Fi 6E. So I mean, faster Wi-Fi speeds, that's always really good. 5G. This one supports the Apple Pencil Pro as well as the Apple Pencil, the USB-C one. But the thing that sucks is, if you notice, the 6th generation had support for the 2nd generation Apple Pencil. And I know, there's 4 different Apple Pencils you can get, and it's kind of confusing. But if you already had an Apple Pencil, this is the USB-C version, by the way. It's the cheapest one. It's the one that cuts down on a lot of features. And while it does, I think it magnetically attaches. Yeah, it does magnetically attach here, like to the side of the iPad mini, but it's not going to charge that way. So it does attach, but it won't charge. You have to charge it with a USB-C cable, hence its name. This is the Apple Pencil USB-C. So if you already had an Apple Pencil 2, then it looks like you're going to have to upgrade to an Apple Pencil Pro. Very sneaky by Apple, the way that they did that. Now, something very exciting as well, now, starting capacity has now doubled. So now we go from 64 over to 128 gigabytes, which is really, really nice. So you get double the storage. Let me see. Let me see how much my 6th generation has. I want to say this is a 64. Yeah, it's a 64 gigabyte on mine. Any other differences? Let's see. Size and weight, everything remains the same. Literally no differences at all in terms of the dimensions. That means that if you already have a case like I do, I have the official, I forget, the folio case, I think is what it's called. I have this one, and I also have it in lavender. That means you're good. You can still use the same exact cases that you've always used for your iPad mini, so that's really exciting. Other than that, let's see. I mean, it's basically like an S series upgrade. If you guys remember when Apple was releasing like S series phones, you went from like the 4 to the 4S. S standing for Siri. I think when they went from the 5 to the 5S, the S there stood for like speed or something. I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Max brightness is still at 500. Apple Pencil Hover is new on the 7th gen, but that's because of the Apple Pencil Pro. Again, we have the A17 Pro chip with 2 performance cores and 4 efficiency cores. So the chipset's going to be better. Apple Intelligence. And it looks like everything, yeah, deadass is the same, literally. So a lackluster upgrade, if I do have to say so myself. They barely touched it, and I mean barely. But these are welcome, I guess, improvements to speed and performance. So there's that. I mean, you do have the new chipset. You have the new colors, which, whatever, that's boring. Apple Intelligence, once it comes here, is going to be big on the Mini. I feel like a lot of people will be able to use that for productivity reasons. Wi-Fi 6E also is kind of sort of a big deal. And then the new starting capacity of 128. So again, for some people, yes, this will be a lackluster upgrade, but I mean, it's an upgrade nonetheless. Now, the iPad mini starts at $500, right? So the $500 variant is the 128 gigabyte model, and then add $150 if you want to get a cellular version. Apparently, I get roasted for saying cellular, whatever. Honestly, you should review Microsoft Surfaces. You think so? And then Stormy Day before, meme, I'm excited about the new iPad 7. Oh, yeah, it was on the 15 Pro. The purple is worse, though. It's Australian $799. Oh, my God, $800, Susan. That's really expensive for a mini, and that's the baseline model. Damn. Stormy Day also says, yeah, that person won't update their phone. Oh, of course, no. Hell no, they're not going to update their phone. Mike is saying, hi, Juani boy. Hello, Mike. I have been busy with life. Mike, it's been a minute. It really has been a minute. How have you been, bro? Hit me up after this live stream. I'd love to catch up with you. I am going to go to the gym right after this live stream, so I do have a little bit of energy still left in me. So there's that. Also, big announcement. So I will have a small hiatus from uploading, okay? So I did mention that at the very beginning of the live stream. Now, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Well, I kind of am, physically, literally. I will be traveling to the continent of South America. And for safety reasons, I can't say where, duh. Obviously, I'm not, just for safety reasons. But yeah, I am going to go to South America. I'm going to try to visit at least 3 countries down there. I'm anticipating to go there anywhere from 7 days to 10 days. I don't know. I don't know when I'll be back, to be completely honest. Well, I do know, but I mean, of course, that's all, personal information. But yeah, so I'm not going to be able to upload as much. I have some footage and some drafts in my MacBook. Now here, this is where it's tough because I do want to keep uploading. I mean, I love what I do on YouTube. I love to just see the numbers climb. I love interacting with all you guys, right? But at the same time, this is a vacation. This is a vacation. I should be enjoying it, not working. Now, what I might do is actually host one live stream while I'm down there. That would be really cool. Now, that one might be like a 50-50 Spanish and English one, I think. I don't know, maybe. I'm just throwing out ideas. But yeah, so South America, I'm very excited. And so bear with me, guys, because I will be, like I said, inactive. If anything, I think what I might do out there is I might just post on the community section some polls, some quizzes. Have you guys seen those on YouTube where like some content creators, they'll like ask a question and then you can vote on it, and then it's like a quiz format. It lets you know if you got it right, and if you got it wrong, you can also add a detailed explanation as to why the answer is correct. You know what I mean? But yeah, lots of things to be excited about. That's coming up very soon. I just want to let everyone know that, again, live streaming, I'm probably not going to live stream until 3 live streams from now, which coincidentally is going to be the band reveal, the winner, right? So there's a secret band giveaway, and then there's the regular standard one. Now, I know I still have some band reviews to review. I still have to make, I'm halfway into my Jet Black Series 10 review. And all of this content is really good for around this time of the year, right? October, November, December, prime time to be uploading. And so, but of course I have this vacation that's in the way. So I just want to let everyone know, I'm trying my very best. It's hard juggling life when you have so many things that you're doing. I'm really not someone that just likes to like lay down on the couch and watch TV. I'm either working, I'm either at the gym, I'm either working on YouTube, I'm either spending time with my nephews. So like, you know what I mean? Like quality time is also important for me, and my me time is also very important. So I do thoroughly enjoy spending time by myself, just by myself, right? So yeah, it's just juggling life. I mean, this is adulthood. You know, like if I had rich parents, that would be better, because then I wouldn't, let's just say I came from a wealthy family, then I could easily do full-time YouTube. But bills, responsibilities, you guys already know how it goes. Let me try to catch up here a little bit on the chat. So we have Mike saying, Juan, help me. I've started collecting flashlights. It's expensive. You should buy one, and I can get the loyalty points. Flashlights, Mike, why? Why flashlights? And why so many? I guess that's what people say about like band collecting. Why so many bands? It's always the why. So I guess you have your reasons, Mike, more than likely. Stormy Day, I got an original Nintendo DS for $50. Stormy Day, I love when you tell me about these awesome tech purchases that you make from back in the day for very cheap. I still have to hit you up about that iPod Shuffle. I think that'd be an amazing retro review. And just injecting that in the middle of like my Q4 uploads would be really, really cool. Very nostalgic. But no, before I do go, I'm going to try to squeeze in at least one more band review. At most, I'm going to do 2. So what I can do, I think, is I think I'm going to do the Milanese loops are next, okay? Not the Milanese loops for the Ultra, which I just reviewed, by the way. That video is gaining some traction because a lot of people are interested in the more expensive bands. So I'm going to do that one, and I'm considering maybe the Link bracelets as well, or the sport bands, or the solo loops, right? The Nike one is going to be a very quick and easy video. I'm just going to slap that sucker on a variety of different Apple Watches and then just describe it. It's maybe going to be like a 3-minute review because the Nike Sport Band only has one new style. So yeah, I appreciate everyone's patience. I do see that you guys have been loving the band reviews. I mean, almost all of them are starting to get into the 5-figure views, and it's all thanks to you guys, right? So these videos are pushing 10K plus views already, and some of these videos are just like a few days old, maybe a week or 2 old. So thank you guys for all the support. It really means a lot to me. It really, really does. Shantina says, enjoy yourself and have a true vacation. Thank you, Shantina. See, this is why I love you guys, because, I mean, you guys actually are looking out for the best for me. And again, yes, it's tough. It's an internal struggle. Internally, I'm going to be like, why haven't you uploaded? Like, you should upload. You should live stream, right? But at the same time, I will be on vacation. So, like, I don't want to stress myself out. It should be a true vacation, not a vacation where I'm taking my work with me. But like I said, I do want to at least have one live stream out there. Very, very excited for this trip. Stormy Day, the Juan&Only is becoming in real life streamer. No, maybe, I don't know. Like, I mean, if you guys would want to see a stream of wherever I am, that'd be cool too. I mean, think about it. I could be out there like on a selfie stick or whatever, like walking around, obviously in the daytime though, so that would kind of shift around the live streaming kind of scheduling. By the way, thank you for everyone hitting the like button, and thank you to, I know exactly who loves to hit that red heart. If you guys can, make sure to hit the red hearts. From what I understand from YouTube, hitting the red likes is the equivalent of liking a video, but for live streams. So hitting those red likes, in theory, and of course the longer that I live stream, the algos just push me out more and more and more. So I really would appreciate that. It seems like you guys are responding. There's a lot of hearts coming in. I love it. I love to see it. Fatima says, I hope you get the opportunity to visit your grandpa's grave while you're in South America. Fatima, thank you so much. Well, technically, I mean, my grandfather's grave would be in Central America. Well, no, not even Central America, in North America. So my family's from Mexico. And so I've been to Mexico. I won't be visiting my grandfather's grave in Mexico. So yeah, South America. But thank you still for your kind words. I know that you remember that my grandfather just recently passed away. As some of you guys may or may not have known, this was my mom's father. I believe Grandpa Ramon was, I have an Uncle Ramon as well. My Grandpa Ramon was, I think, 95 or something like that. So considering that he was born in basically 1929, right, like after the roaring 20s, the Great Depression, all this and that, that is baffling to me. Another interesting, very nerdy, extremely nerdy, random trivia fact for you guys. Did y'all know our 10th president, was he the 10th? I think so. John Tyler, okay? John Tyler was our 10th president. Now, mind you, this is a man who I believe was born in the 1700s, if I'm not mistaken, 1790 something, right? So literally 20 years after this country officially declared its independence, it was when this guy was born, right? So he eventually ended up becoming our 10th president. He wasn't that popular. If I recall correctly, he ascended to the presidency because of an internal struggle in between the government, and that was because his predecessor, William Henry Harrison, I believe is who it is. Let me fact check myself, because now I don't want to sound dumb on stream, even though I know that a lot of you may not be as much of a history nerd as me, but I don't want to be called out here. So list of presidents in order. Okay, so we have, why did it go like in reverse order chronologically? So we have Andrew. What is? Oh, so okay, this shows different terms. Yes. So William Henry Harrison was right before him. So this was a time where the government of the United States didn't know what to do. Like, a president just died. So like, what happens? Like, who do we have another election? No. They ended up deciding that the vice president would step up and become the president. So anyway, all of this to say, this guy's grandson, our 10th president's grandson, not great-grandson, not great-great-grandson, his grandson is still alive and walking today. That fact for me forever baffles me, just because I've read so many books on like the Civil War. Mind you, this is way before the Civil War. The 10th president was, remember, Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president. That's a very easy one to remember. That's baffling. The guy was even born before the War of 1812, when the British came again for round 2 and they got their asses beat again. Crazy stuff, right? Like, history is actually kind of fascinating once you actually like read, like just from different sides. So like, obviously at schools you're gonna be fed whatever, I guess, propaganda the government wants you, or whatever the state governments want you to know. But once you go out there, and mind you, Google is free. I know that for a lot of people, like, I mean, that sounds absurd, but Google's free. Yeah, do some research, read some books. It's really cool. I advocate for history because history often rhymes. It doesn't necessarily repeat itself, as some people like to say, but I would say that it does rhyme. There's certain patterns, there's cycles in history that you can learn from, right? So anyway, Mike, gym stream when getting kicked out speedrun. Bruh, that's funny. Gym stream, that'd be amazing. I can just already imagine myself just like on the treadmill and then just with the selfie stick talking about, what's up everyone, how's everyone doing? That'd be hilarious. Stormy Day, here's this good condition blue one I found is 38 plus tax, and it's a 2012 variant. Wait, a $38 what, iPod Shuffle, or are you talking about still the Nintendo? What is it that you got, the DS? I think you said you got the DS. Yeah. I had a DS. Mine was red. Iconic console. This was the era, the age of Pokemon Platinum, of Pokemon Diamond. Like, I just remember the DS. It was a game changer because the one before that was the Game Boy Advance SP. And for any 90s kids, or even some older Gen Z folks who were born in like 97, 98, 99 or whatever, you guys definitely remember the transition from the SP to the Nintendo DS. Now that was a game changer. Not the Nintendo DS. They eventually made the Lite, but the Game Boy Advance SP, one of the most solid consoles ever released for mankind. It was like that square. It flipped over. I remember playing Pokemon Emerald. I think I logged in like 700 hours on that bad boy. And Pokemon Emerald right now, if you go to eBay, it's really expensive to find a brand new copy. I'm talking like hundreds of dollars for like a brand new Emerald copy, which is crazy. But yeah, I spent hours on the Emerald game in the Battle Frontier. If anyone is a Pokemon nerd over here, I'm talking, oh my God, I'll never forget that time. Good times. Mike, Juan, come visit me. Mike, what state are you in? You move all the time, or at least that's what I think. I remember when you were like out in the West Coast. Now you were like in the middle of America, like by the butt crack of America, if I remember. So yeah, I mean, I'd be down. I'm right. That'd be cool. Fatima, I'm sorry for the confusion. No, it's okay. So yeah, I mean, it's just when it comes to tombs in Mexico, though, I did want to say this, because unfortunately, I have my dad who passed away, and we buried him here. No comparison. If you can imagine the movie Coco and how that celebrates, it's like a celebration of life. That is 100% Mexican culture. So like when you go to the tombstones in Mexico, they're very elaborate. They're almost like small little shrines, right? They're gorgeous. They're decked out. They're very beautiful, very pretty, lots of colors. Versus, I mean, here, I mean, my dad's tombstone is nice, I guess, but wherever he is buried at that like park, they only allow one vase of flowers, and it has to be purchased directly from them. And on top of that, it's not even like pretty flowers. It's like fake, artificial, like here's something, you know? So anyway, either way, Fatima, don't worry about the confusion. I still very much appreciate the thought. Tech for Your Needs. Hello, folks. Hello, Tech for Your Needs. Tech for Your Needs has a question. Are you getting the new iPad Mini 7? Yes. Now, you joined a little bit late, Tech for Your Needs, so I'm going to have to make that review once I get back from being out of the country. Somewhere around the beginning of November is when I should get back. Jet lag might be a factor, so I may need a day just to recover and rest and just get back into the mojo. But once I'm back, yeah, I mean, it's November. Black Friday will be soon approaching after that, and then literally time is just ticking, right? So these videos are going to become more and more constant, and I may have to suspend these live streams once again in December to focus and use that time on making videos and uploading videos, right? I know some of you guys really, really much enjoy the live streams, and if you guys do enjoy them, let me know. And of course, if by popular demand, even if there's like 2 or 3 of y'all, it doesn't matter the quantity, right? If there's like 2 or 3 of y'all that want a live stream, let me know and I'll make it happen. So like, I just know that it's going to be prime time. I'm trying to finally cross that 70K hurdle, and that will be very exhilarating because then 75K will be on the horizon, and then 80K. And bro, I imagine once like I'm at 85K, once this channel, through the support of you guys, reaches 85K plus, man, the finish line will be in sight. But obviously not the finish line forever. It's just to my goal, man. Like, I mean, I've been doing YouTube for 4 years now. Obviously, if I were to be full-timer on YouTube, then I would have probably reached it already. Just understanding the algos, trust me, I've been in the game for a while now, and I understand that these algos, they love consistent volume, right? Unfortunately, because YouTube for now is part-time, I mean, there's periods where, I may not upload as much, especially in the summer, just because in the summer, not much stuff is coming out. But, Mike, ready for Madam President next year? Woo! Now, as much as this channel is not political, I do appreciate that comment, Mike. Stormy Day, yes, the iPod Shuffle. Oh, gotcha. So for $38. Damn, so $38, and that's in blue. I really want the 4th generation, though, because that was just the cleanest one. I remember the 2nd generation had that clip. So does the 4th generation. But, like, if you guys remember, there was some controversy with the iPod Shuffle 4th generation. And that's because it was so square that, like, where the little clip was, a lot of the times, if you had big hands or biggish hands like me, then you would accidentally press, like, the back button. Let me show you guys. iPod Shuffle. There it is. There it is. Okay. So this was the 4th generation. Oh, Amazon. Damn. Hold on. Is this what you're talking about? Oh, no. $150 for refurb. Damn. Okay. So that's the 4th generation iPod. I'm kind of showing my age a little bit here, but in the age of, before streaming music was a thing, you got on LimeWire, you infested your computer with very viral internet STDs, but it was worth it, man. Like, you got music, Not really, that was a joke. So yeah, the clip was behind that, and as you can see, there's no real room to actually like press the clip because you'd accidentally hit that back button. Versus the 2nd generation iPod Shuffle, which looked like this. Hold on, this thing is moving. So that was the 2nd generation iPod Shuffle. So more rectangular, but that space there was so that you can grip it and, clip it on or whatnot. Yes, I remember this. For some of you guys, especially you newer Gen Zs and Gen Alphas, I know it sounds crazy that there was a time that these things existed, but they did. I mean, we used to have a separate device for our music. It wasn't like on our phones because back then the technology wasn't as advanced. Now, for some of you guys that don't really like remember or like what happened to the 3rd generation iPod Shuffle, that thing was weird. That thing was a very, very weird creation, and this was during the time that Steve Jobs, I believe, was still CEO, not Tim Apple. So Apple had this ingenious, in air quotes, idea to completely revamp it. So there were no more buttons on the iPod Shuffle at all. It still had the clip, and then all it had on the top was your headphone port, and then you had the switch for on or like off, then you had the shuffle, and then you had the continuous play, and that was it. Now you might be wondering, well, how would you control it? This was way before the time Siri ever really was even like created. Mind you, that was the iPhone 4S, remember? Or was it the 4? No, it was the 4S. So they, in the box, included their own, of course, proprietary headphones, and that was when they had the control button right there on the little dangly part. I know a lot of you guys probably remember those headphones, and Apple thought that this was going to be a killer. Like, they thought this was going to, like, just people were going to go crazy over it. Well, people didn't. Let me tell you that already. People did not. People hated it. And then that's where you can see that they went from, they're like, oh, shit, like, we effed up, and so we got to go back to the tried and true design, and they did, but made it more square. So, sorry for that little tech history lesson. The iPod Shuffle, I always thought it was just a very, very cool niche product. It's become way more niche now, obviously, because all of our smartphones has music. And a lot of us, not everyone, but a lot of us have Bluetooth headphones anyway. So, you know, there's no real need for iPods anymore. Stormy Day, you know what's funny? The Game Boy Advance SP came out in 2003 and the DS came out in 2004. Really? That's an interesting fact. I don't remember it that way, but I believe you. I believe you. That sounds like, yeah, that kind of reminds me of like Donkey Kong Country 1 and Donkey Kong Country 2. The sequel, they were literally months apart. It was like, I think 10 months apart, if for anyone that remembers that the DKC series. And then DKC 3, the most unpopular of the three, was unsuccessful, arguably because the Nintendo 64 was already out. But this was like one of the last few games for the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo was actually my first ever console that my great, amazing Father in heaven bought for us, and we had so many memories with the Super Nintendo. Do you guys remember back in the day? Man, this is crazy. I don't know how many old heads. I mean, I know that I'm young. I'm just playing, but I don't know how many people remember the times where you would grab your Super Nintendo cassette and you would blow into it. I remember I had this one gross friend who he would lick it, like lick the cartridge, and it was like, why? Like, what does that do? You know, weird. But anyway, most people, bro, you'd have to blow hard on that thing at times. And then this was before the time of like, so get this. I know this may sound so effing weird for a lot of you like Gen Z and Gen Alphas, but back then, you got to be careful with the placement of your console, because even the slightest tap like that would ruin your game. Like, it would literally glitch out, and if you didn't save your progress, hours, and I mean hours down the drain, you would just scream at the top of your lungs, because you'd be like, damn it, did I save or did I not save? And 9 times out of 10, you didn't save. So you just wasted literally like 3 hours all for like technology just being weird like that. And nowadays, I mean, you can do whatever. Obviously, you should not be moving or shaking around your console while you know you have physical discs in there. But either way, video game consoles are all going DLC anyway, like all digital. So I guess it really doesn't really matter anymore. But yeah, there was a time where, I mean, even if you touched the cassette while it was running, then it would crash. Stormy Day, I use a copy of Emerald, can go around for $300 for the US version. Yes, it can. You know what I mean? And so, like, I don't even know where my Emerald copy is. It's probably lost forever, more than likely. But, man, I kind of wish I could find that Emerald cartridge, buy an SP. It doesn't matter if it's a really bad one, but just plug that sucker in and just look at my profile. And, oh, man. That would bring tears to my eyes. Tech for your needs. Do you mean 300 USD? The live stream is my fix for the week. Oh, tech for your needs. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Mike, at 100K, I get a play button, right? You're buying me one, right? No, YouTube is going to gift me one at 100K when it happens, because I'm manifesting it, right? I'm very big on what you tell yourself is what you actually believe. So if I tell myself that I'm never going to get this video uploaded in time, that I'm never going to reach 100K, then guess what? My brain is going to trick me, and it's going to be like, yeah, you suck. You're not getting there. But if I tell myself, no, we're making this happen, we're doing this, we're uploading, we have a lot of fans that need some guidance with their tech purchases, that is what motivates me, and that's what really gets me going. So we will reach it, we just have to manifest it. Fatima, I'm a live stream lover, but I do understand, don't overwork yourself. Take a break in December and come back refreshed for the new year. We will be waiting for you. Man, you guys are really, YouTube is my soft spot because not only have I been able to upload quality videos for years now, but now ever since last year I started implementing the live streams, and it's just a whole different level of connection. And it's so nice to see you guys being humans with me, right? You guys are understanding. If I were a full-time YouTuber, that'd be different, right? I'd be able to take my work with me, but I'm not. And so, man, Fatima, I do appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know when I will announce it, but for December, I may have to go like a live stream a week or a live stream every 2 weeks. Yeah, just because, I mean, like I said, with all these band uploads, I've been able to use this time for those videos. And again, as I keep reiterating, for those of you guys that have live streamed before or are content creators, you need to take time for the setup. You got to make sure that all of your tech is charged, like my MacBook, my camera, my microphone is ready to go. And it is some work, right? So like there's some behind the scenes, and then afterwards my lights as well, I got to make sure. So yeah, there's just a lot of work that goes into it. So thank you so much, guys. Stormy Day, the iPod I sent you is the 4th generation. They made it from 2010 to 2017. Yeah, I repeat, don't buy iPods on Amazon. Ooh, it sounds like you have a horror story, Stormy Day. Tell us why we shouldn't buy iPods on Amazon. Fatima, I loved LimeWire. I know. So I have a cousin, right? My beloved cousin, he goes by E-Man. Boy, so E-Man had OCD back in the day, and I think he still does. He's very artistic, right? So he would always love to have the album artwork. Because if you guys remember, wild, right? This is crazy. But like back in the LimeWire days, if you downloaded a song off LimeWire, a lot of the times they'd be like straight adverts for like people just like producing or like advertising their beats, right? So you might be downloading one by Metallica, or rather, sorry, Megalica. You might be downloading one, and then like the title of it says something completely different. And then the album artwork many times was not there, or it was something completely unrelated, right? And so my cousin E-Man, I remember he had a Zune. Do you guys remember the Zune? Microsoft? Yeah. Microsoft at one point had a competitor to the iPod, which is insane to even think about. It failed miserably. It did not catch on. But E-Man was a hipster, and he loved the Zune, right? And the Zune had like I think he had the Zune HD, the big one. Pretty decent display for the time. I mean, it was like the technology of the time, right? Eye candy for tech nerds, if you will. It looked nice, but it never took off. And I'll never forget, he would be on there on our computer because he would come over to me and my parents' house, right? And, you know, little boys, like we're cousins, right? So we're going to spend all night just like talking shit, playing video games. And so while we were doing that, he'd be just on LimeWire straight, just downloading. But he wasn't just downloading. He was also like finding the album artwork and pasting it. And then he'd go in and change the name, make sure everything was systematic so that his Zune was all like organized and stuff, which nowadays, of course, is like standard. Like that's what you expect, right? But man, LimeWire, it destroyed our family computer back in the day. We had like this beige, I don't even know what kind of, I have no clue. I was a kid. All I knew is it was a computer. And I remember playing RuneScape, funny as hell. My older brother, one time we're talking about this funny memory. That computer got so infested with viruses, I'm not even joking. Like it was bad. I'm talking horrible. So me and my brother would sometimes fist fight over time playing RuneScape on that thing. And so once it was finally about to give out, like the way that this game would play would be at like 1 frame per second, like literally. So like you'd be in the middle of a fight and then you'd see your character lift the sword. All of a sudden you took like 50 damage. Now you got to eat some chicken to like heal your health. It's lagging, it's glitching, so it's not like technically real, like live, right? So then you'd lose, you'd spawn in Lumbridge, you lost everything, and then you just turn that shit off, and then you just did something, whatever 90s kids did back then, before technology. Go outside and kick the ball or whatever. Wild times, because then we had to get another computer, and it was a black one. Way better chipset. Now I know as a tech nerd that like the GPU on that thing was way better, right? It wasn't just because of the GPU, although it was a big part. Also the internet STDs that were on the beige one. But yeah, on this new black one, it was such an epiphany moment for me and my older brother to log onto RuneScape on the new computer, on the black one. And mind you, this is like 2004, 2005, you know what I mean? And to see our characters in RuneScape like at full 30 frames per second, like the guy's actually walking and it's not 1 frame, another frame, Another frame. It was actually like you're walking and we were so blown away. So that was kind of like one of my first encounters with computers and GPUs and the power of what a GPU means for tech, you know? So that was just cool. I don't know how I got on this tangent. But anyway, I cannot pronounce this name. I believe it is that a Korean name? Is that a Korean character? I'm not too sure. I apologize if I got that incorrect. Says, can I get information of your strap hanger? So yes, if you can message me on Instagram, I have all of my, what's it called? My social media tree or link tree. Link tree is what it is. I forget. But if you just head over to any of my other videos, click the video description, you'll be able to see my socials. Shoot me a link. I will point you to my guy. So my guy, he basically uses a 3D printer. I mean, it's nothing proprietary. Like, really, if you just have a 3D printer, you can do it yourself. You just need to know the code and whatnot. But yeah, I'll point you to my guy. He'll probably give you a pretty solid hookup, especially coming from me recommended, because I had ordered, I mean, dozens and dozens of these things. But mind you, each holder, I mean, I don't know what the going rate is now. I bought all of mine like 3 or 4 years ago. I need to order more though. I think back then they were like $5 or $6 a pop. So like for someone like me, that started to add up very quickly. But my guy, he definitely hooked me up. It was really nice of him. So yeah, just hit me up. Aaron, favorite iPod was the one with the piano black front. With the piano black front, which one was that one? Aaron, let me know. Susan says, I've got the Shuffle original. No way! The original first gen? Hold on. I was really little when the original, like the first gen iPod Shuffle came out. Hold on. I even forget what it looks like, kind of. Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This thing was like a remote control. Wow. All right, let me show you guys. This is crazy work right there. So look, this was the original iPod Shuffle. Way different. So like this is the back of it. This is the front of it. And then this portion right here was just like a little cap. You could take it off. And I believe it was USB-A. Yeah, I think so. It looks like USB-A. So this was the back. It had that big old slider. And again, you had off. You had continuous play. You had shuffle. And I think this thing right here was like for a battery? Maybe. Notice right here it says 1 gigabyte. That is insane. Oh my god, the time where 1 gigabyte was like the base model. That is insane to see. I mean, tech history is just so funny to me, because now, as you guys know, on like, say for example, the Pro Max series, right, those have a baseline of 256 gigabytes. Crazy to think that like 25 plus years ago, 1 gigabyte was like the standard. Insane. Stormy Day, not to rain on your parade, but if you do find your original Emerald, there's a good chance the internal battery could have died and the battery soldered onto the board, unfortunately. Very true. Damn, I didn't think about that. Man, it'd be nice to find that thing one day, you know? Aaron, I got a silver 4 gigabyte iPod Shuffle in the box, engraved for my wife, and she didn't like it. She didn't like it? Aaron, why? Why didn't she like it? That's crazy. 4 gigabyte iPod Shuffle in the box. That is insane. Melissa says, do you ever review third-party watch bands? I've never used any but Apple's. Melissa, Melissa, so to answer your question, not really. I do have a ton of companies inundating my mailbox because they want me to review their third-party bands. Now, there are a few bands that have gained some nice reputation, so I know that. But no, I haven't really. Like, none are coming to mind right now. But there are a few third-party band companies that are pretty well known. I haven't thought about that before. Maybe this holiday season, like before Black Friday, I might be able to do that. Maybe if I can. Actually, that sounds like a good idea. So Melissa, if you can recommend any big brands for me on the chat, I might can go and hit them up like on their Amazon page, or email them directly from my YouTube channel email, and then I could just maybe strike a deal. You never know. I might even get some free bands and just give them to you guys. Like for whoever called, first come first served. You have to call dibs. But I don't mind giving them to y'all. Like, they're probably gonna gift them to me anyway to review them. And to be completely honest, I don't buy third party. Like, all I only buy in terms of Apple Watch bands is first party. So you know, there have been times where I feel bad. I remember working at the bank, and then I was a part of a Secret Santa, and I got this one lady. She's a boomer, which also is important because technology and boomers don't really mix. Not everyone, okay? I want to very much make that clear, but I guess she always saw that I got my my watch band, switched out, and then she got me, which was a nice gesture. Now she got me like a 10-pack of like third-party bands, and they were the wrong size to begin with. They were back then it was the 38 was the smaller size. So for a couple days I would like wear them even though that they weren't technically compatible, just to see her crack a smile, because I like to be appreciative of gifts. But yeah, so that's one thing. If you buy me Apple Watch bands third party, don't. Straight up don't. So that I would just leave it at that. Aaron, most home computers back in the day were Compaq or Hewitt Packard. Big money was Sony. Yes, I remember that. Hell no, we did not have Sony money back in the day. Gareth with the what's up, bro? Always with the Z's. I love it. I love to see it. What's up, Gareth? Hopefully you're doing good. Stormy Day. Oh yeah, fun fact about the iPod Shuffle. The first one is the best sounding iPod, tied with the 5.5 generation. Is it really? I didn't know that. Gareth, Spigen has nice bands. Did I say that right? I always used to call it Spigen. I know. Roast me if you want. It's Spigen, right? Fatima, where is the best place to get an iPod Nano? I'm looking for an iPod Nano 4th and 7th generation. They have a personal store to them. I was devastated when I lost them. Fatima, well, Stormy Day was telling us to avoid Amazon, so I really don't know. I mean, you can try eBay, but then again, hella scammers on eBay as well. Like eBay's actually kind of advanced. People think that they're going to go into eBay like finding a deal, and then they end up getting finessed. Like, you need to know what you're doing in eBay, especially if you decide to sell on eBay. Selling on eBay, you're going to get a lot of scammers. Duh. Especially if you create a brand new account. It's funny because I had to create a new account. Don't ask why. I had to create a new account on eBay, and so like my my seller rating was so low that I didn't even have 10 stars, right? And then I would be selling some of my old tech, like older iPads, like some older phones and stuff like that. Just old tech that I really don't have any use for. And then, yeah, instantly you have people that, hey, text me, like, let's make a deal, like, or the classic, hey, like, they'll like send you some sob story, right? And they'll be like, hey, point is, like, I really need this like ASAP. It's my son's birthday tomorrow. I haven't been able to go out and get him something. I'm busy. Wow, woe is me. And then they'll tell you, I'll even pay 1 day shipping, right? So they lie, right? What they want is for you to go to the post office or UPS or FedEx, and as soon as you send it, that is game over. They use different tactics. A lot of the times they'll send you like this really, really official looking PayPal receipt thing, right? So they'll send it to your email. They'll be like, hey, let me know if you got it, like all this and that. And like, if you don't know what you're doing, I mean, you're going to get screwed over. That's just one method that they use. But it's so funny because even in all my auctions, I put at the bottom disclaimer, like, attention to all scammers, all this and that, and I'll literally roast them right there. So it's funny because when they say that, I just play on. I'll be like, oh yeah, that's wonderful, let's do it, just to see what they'll do. It's funny. Don't get scammed on eBay. All right. Gareth, Nomad also, that's the one. Nomad, I know is a big brand. Bedazzler, hello Bedazzler, I love that name, Bedazzler. I have some third-party bands and they are noticeably lower quality but also much cheaper. Agreed. They are on average lower quality, but man, like you can build a steady collection with third-party because you can find them for as cheap as like $10 a band, whereas over here with Apple, the cheapest ones are $500. Now they even have a $1,000 Hermes band, which I am going to purchase for myself this Christmas. Melissa, I feel the same way about only wearing Apple Watch bands except with my Ultra. Gotcha. Yeah, a lot of Apple Watch owners are in the same boat as us. But I mean, I've seen a lot of casual Apple Watch owners who have different bands. And hey, I don't hate, man. Like, I don't discriminate. It's just my personal cup of tea is Apple Watch bands, right? So official Apple Watch bands. Ain't no hate for third party. If you wear third party, hey, do you? Because as Bedazzler said, you can buy like 30 bands third party, and they may cost you $10 a piece. Whereas over here with Apple for $300, you can only get 6 maximum, right? And so like a lot of these bands, like the Ultra Milanese is a $200 band, you know. The Link bracelets I think are like $300 or $400 or $500 bands. So Hermes ones normally come in at $329 on the lower end. So as you can see, it starts to get very pricey very quickly. Stormy Day says, on eBay, surprisingly, there's not much scammers. You just need to know what you're looking for. Also, with the 4th generation iPod Nano, the batteries can expand and they can get pretty bad. Oh, I didn't know that. That makes sense, though. But I don't know. So, Stormy Day, in the sense of like, are you talking about the buyer side or have you sold on eBay? Because I know both are very, very different. Like, I used to sell a lot on eBay. Actually, fun story. Back when I was a kid, I was a little entrepreneur, right? And I wanted to get the PS3. But we had a PlayStation 2 with all these games, and we was not about to let GameStop finesse us, right? So I was underage, so like I couldn't even open an eBay account, and so I asked my dad, and it took like 3 weeks of convincing him because he was very, my dad was a boomer, and so he was very skeptical of like the internet at the time, and like putting any kind of credit card on the internet, he didn't trust it, all this and that, and so I finally convinced him, and me, a little like 13-year-old entrepreneur, I was out there like straight going to the post office. I would put funny. I was a kid, man. So I didn't think that like Walmart or Target sold like shipping boxes and shipping supplies. I didn't know. So I'll never forget. I would ship PS2 games in like shoe boxes and like Converse, you know what I mean? I just used regular Scotch tape. My favorite boxes to use were the Vans ones, because with the Vans ones, they kind of like had that little like foldable part that you actually like, you had to kind of like push in, right? And that more or less secured the box. And my 13-year-old brain was like, yeah, let's just throw in some Scotch tape on there, some regular like office tape, and call it a done deal. And I'd ship out my PS2 games like that back in the day. Crazy times. And they can be very dangerous, but the 7th generation doesn't really have that problem. Gotcha. I can imagine how that'd be very dangerous. Pennies for Vegas says, bought a new iPad Pro for $825 on eBay today. Deal. That is a deal. Yeah, eBay doesn't use PayPal like years ago. Yeah, that was before they bought them, right? So PayPal was kind of like up and coming. It wasn't even all that big until Elon Musk, I think, like dabbled in it, and then that's when it really started to take off. Dazzler, they were mostly the sport loops. Gotcha. I'm excited for the iPad Mini 7 D Diamond. That is amazing. Yeah, no, I'm super excited about it, even though, I mean, we discussed the new differences. By the way, D Diamond, I know that you dropped in a little towards the end of the stream here. But if you want to rewatch it, at the very beginning of the stream, we went over in detail what the differences are. It's like an S upgrade, but I know a lot of iPad mini owners are excited. Stormy Day, the cheapest Apple Watch band from Apple is $500. No, I'm sorry, $50 would be the cheapest one. So maybe I misspoke. So sorry, no. The cheapest Apple Watch band from Apple is $50. Buyer side is fairly safe. I bought a lot on eBay. Dazzler, I was at the Indie Apple store today, and I tried the titanium loop for the Ultra on my natural titanium 46mm Series 10 today, and one of the workers tried to tell me it wouldn't fit. He was wrong. You should have told them to watch TheJuan&Only. Maybe. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, a lot of the time, sometimes even the Apple reps, I don't know if they just don't care or they're not passionate about the products, but a lot of them don't be knowing. And then Aaron says, I checked. It was the iPod Nano 1st generation piano black with glass front. Oh, man. Also, I hope Hermes Apple releases the stainless band soon. Been trying since release to buy one. Oh, yeah, man. A lot of these bands are heavily back-ordered. I was lucky to snag my Ultra Milanese loop in time, because now the shipping days on those are well into like late November. Yeah, mid-November, so it's crazy. I'm so glad that I was able to order it and get my review in. But guys, this has been a very, very fun and active stream. I've been streaming for an hour now. Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised. But ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I did want to give you guys just a little bit of a longer stream, just given that you guys won't see me streaming or uploading since I'll be out of the country very soon. Again, at the beginning of November is when you can expect my uploads again. But before my trip, I still have 2 full days. I have 48 hours where I can... Why am I starting to get so many foot cramps? Hold on. Oh, my God. Whew. Foot cramps are the worst. But yeah, so I apologize, but yeah, I do need a break. This little vacation is amazing. I love to travel. It is such a privilege to travel. If you are able to, you have to do it before we all think we have more time than we do. I'm just put it that way, right? So if you have the opportunity, go out and travel. I promise you, you can always make more money, but you cannot get more time. So I will leave it at that. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm going to try to do 1 or 2 uploads from here until my trip. Be on the lookout for that. One band review is mandatory before I go, and I think it's going to be the Milanese loop reviews, okay? So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling it quits for tonight. Make sure that you drink your water. Do not forget to drink that precious water, H2O, to hydrate. Thank you to everyone who stopped by. I love all of the support. You guys are amazing. You guys are one of the reasons that I do this is I love just live streaming and just coming out here talking to you guys. Like, who said it? Stormy Day, IRL streamer. Maybe one day. But, all right, guys, that's been it from me. Clocking out for now, as I like to say at the end of my videos, and I cannot wait to catch you all in the next one. Mm-hmm.